As we start up our unit on nuclear fission, fusion, and decay, I wanted to introduce you to the history of the atomic bomb. The American interest in the atomic bomb started with Einstein. He wrote a letter to our then President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He had information about the German effort to purify uranium-235, which was thought to be used for engineering an atomic bomb. This led the President to create the Manhattan Project. In 1930, a physicist, Enrico Fermi, found that neutron bombardment of an atom leads to a new atom forming. Physicists of the Manhattan Project used this idea to further their own endeavors. They used neutron bombardment to split a uranium-235 atom into krypton and beryllium. During this process, high levels of energy are released, as well as a few neutrons. These neutrons then split other uranium atoms, and a chain reaction occurs, which creates an atomic bomb. Though multiple sites in the U.S. contributed, I wanted to highlight 3 sites that helped create the first atomic bomb. The Los Alamos site in New Mexico was the place where the bombs were assembled. It was a headquarter of sorts. The Alpha reactor in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, is the site at which the uranium was purified by gaseous diffusion and then by electromagnetic separation. The Beta reactor in Hanford, Washington, is the site at which the plutonium was purified by centrifugation. 2 different bombs were developed. One split up the reactive plutonium, as seen here, and surrounded it by explosive material. When that material was ignited, it forced the plutonium together, and the chain reaction started that induced the explosion. This was the engineering that went into developing the Fat Man, which was used during World War II. The other type used explosive material to force a dowel of uranium into a corresponding uranium cylinder. Again, the chain reaction within the uranium induced the bomb. This was the technology used to make the Little Boy. The picture here shows the group's first attempt. They called it the Gadget. It was used in the Trinity test to see if all of their effort would pay off. It did indeed. On July 16, 1945, the first atomic bomb ignited and left quite a crater in its wake. The leaders of the Manhattan Project discussed the use of this weapon. Though many of the founders petitioned for the U.S. not to use this weapon, it fell on deaf ears. In the summer of 1945, these weapons were used to bomb the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. Within the first 2 to 4 months after the bombings, 150 to 246,000 people died from this attack, and so many more were permanently injured. Though I would like you to walk away with the knowledge of this incredible feat of engineering, I hope to instill within you some thought of how this discovery impacted our world. As our future generation, I ask you to think about the implications of our decisions with science.